Rumors are that allegedly Fallon has a big announcement that she's ready to make. What is it? I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. If you already are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. All right, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and it centers around rumors that allegedly Falynn Pina has a big announcement. What is it? I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Rumors are that allegedly Falynn Pina has a big announcement, and it may be what everyone is suspecting. The source said Fallon is teasing a huge announcement, and everyone thinks it's her rejoining the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast. And people may be right. Allegedly, Fallon has been secretly meeting with Real Housewives of Atlanta producers since January. She is being heavily courted by producers, said the source, to fill one of the many vacant seats at the franchise. Allegedly, producers are promising Fallon the stars and the moon in order to get her to sign on the dotted line. She is everything producers want for next season, said the source. She's beautiful, accomplished, and comes with a ready-to-go storyline. Also, her proximity to cast drama makes her an even more attractive peach holder. Sources believe the deal is either done or close to being finished. So the question is, how does Porsha feel about this possible addition? Sources believe she isn't too happy about the possibility of Fallon rejoining the cast. However, with Porsha soon to be divorced from Simon, there may no longer be any tension between the two, allowing them both to start off on a clean slate with one another moving forward into season 16. Now, kinfolk, this is a new information and a rumor that's been circling around social media this week that Fallon is teasing a big announcement. So what is this big announcement, and what I think it could possibly be is this. I definitely believe that this big announcement that she's teasing is her returning back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. My reason for believing this is simply because when you look at the landscape of Real Housewives of Atlanta and all the things that we have been getting from rumors and sources behind the scenes for the last several months, is that it looks like production is looking to move into a younger demographic. However, it's looking like they're trying to move into a younger demographic with familiar faces. That's why we've been hearing Shamia's name been floating around a lot, and that's also why we've been hearing Fallon's names floating around a lot as well. So I do believe that production may have possibly started the process of bringing Fallon back to the show simply because she fits that mold that they're allegedly looking for. Someone who is young and someone who has some type of relationship or connection to not only the show, but some of the cast members who are coming back as well. And that's where Porsha plays a big role. And I do believe that now that Porsha is coming back, and now that she's divorcing Simon, it really does leave the door open for Fallon to come back into play. Simply because there's not really anything that her and Porsha really have to butt heads with now, since Porsha is leaving Simon. However, it's still the possibility that there may be tension there, or it also leaves the door open to the possibility that Fallon and both Porsha could actually bond over their shared divorces with Simon. And that too would create great television. Now, kinfolk, the next part of this rumor that I do find very interesting, and I think is going to make for a good storyline moving forward if Fallon is brought back, and it's this. The new developments with Simon, where he is not getting his citizenship, where people are saying that he's an alleged scammer, bringing Fallon back can really shed a lot of light on a lot of those rumors. Because we've seen Fallon talk in plenty of interviews about how, she feels Simon is not the real deal, how she feels Simon really does not have a lot of businesses, or at least she didn't see any evidence of him being this major player in the business world. So a lot of fans have a lot of questions about what is really going on with Simon in his business affairs. And it seems like out of all the people that Simon was married to, it seems like Fallon had pretty much an inside track. Or it seems as if Fallon was the most observant of his wives. So that leaves a lot of room open for Fallon to really explore on camera with production and with us as the viewers as to how is Simon really behind closed doors. A lot of people feel like Porsha is not going to talk about Simon a lot on this upcoming season. So it still leaves that big question mark, like what is the deal? Why can't he stay married? And why has he not been able to stay married to 2 housewives on Real Housewives of Atlanta? And I think that Fallon would give us a lot of insight on that if she's brought back. And I feel like that's the reason why she is so attractive to producers. She comes with a ready-to-go storyline on 2 fronts, really on 3 fronts. Her own personal life, her relationship and marriage with Simon, and her friendship or / tension between her and Porsha. So Fallon has a lot of room to grow as a housewife if she's brought back for season 16. Now, kinfolk, the third part of this rumor, I think that we all can agree on, especially if you are to believe the rumors about production and where they want to take Real Housewives of Atlanta into the future. And it's this. If you are to believe that the Real Housewives of Atlanta producers want to take the franchise to a younger demographic, then again, Fallon fits that mold. That's why we heard Shamia, as we said before, name being floated around. That's why we don't have a yay or nay from Drew, but my sources are saying that Drew is definitely coming back. And then with the addition of Porsha, Fallon would just round that out. And that'd be a great, attractive cast. You add Kenya in, who knows how to produce the other ladies, and then you can either bring back Sheree or bring back a new housewife who has no connection to this current cast, and watch them unfold. And she tried to maneuver through a already existing kind of nucleus at Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in my opinion, you have a good show. You have a great show and a great season. And Fallon just really fits into that demographic of a new face, a younger face, but still a familiar face to fans. And let's not forget, when Fallon left the franchise the last season she was on, I think it was season 13, she left with a lot of goodwill. A lot of fans really do love Fallon. They like how real she is. They love how open she is with her life. And that's something that fans just really don't get from Porsha. So she's kind of like the antithesis of who Porsha is as a person. And that's another thing that makes her real attractive. For everyone who likes or dislikes Porsha, there are the same equal amount of people who actually like or dislike Fallon. They're like the same person, but for different reasons. So she really does make a good fit for the franchise, and she really, again, checks off all of those important boxes with this new demographic that production is allegedly trying to pursue. Now, kinfolk, the last thing about this rumor about Fallon potentially rejoining Real Housewives of Atlanta, it has to do, again, with the fans. And it's this. Fans are already familiar with Fallon, as we said. So it just only makes perfect sense that producers actually bring her back. Now, sources are saying that production is promising her the moons and the stars to make her contract seem very attractive so that she can go ahead and sign on the dotted line and get to filming as soon as possible. Now, kinfolk, a lot of people are saying that just does not seem plausible at the moment. But for me, I really do see this rumor having some legs, and that her big announcement could very well be her rejoining Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you look at her Instagram feed, it seems as if she is gearing up. And you know, Fallon is very good at marketing herself. She's very good in front of the camera. She has the look. And again, fans are just familiar with her, and they really want to see her on the screen in front of the cameras. And who can blame them? Even when Fallon did her short-lived YouTube series with her ex-boyfriend, Jalen, those numbers for those videos were through the roof. People are intrigued about Fallon. They want to know more about who she is. And to be perfectly honest with you, if you take away Porsha and Simon, Fallon's personal life is as interesting as anything or anyone else who's already signed on for this upcoming season. So her personal storylines could carry her through many seasons on Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's just how good of a housewife or how much potential she has to be a great housewife. And I think that's something else that producers see. Sources say that producers don't look at just one aspect of a potential housewife. They look at the whole person and every facet of their lives that can be used to create content and storylines. And when you look at Fallon's life and the things that she has done and accomplished and gone through over the last couple of seasons since she was last on our television screens, then that's more than enough content for production to work with. Now, Kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. If you are to believe all this hype and all these rumors that Fallon's big announcement is her allegedly returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise, do you think she's needed, or do you think she's not necessarily needed for the upcoming season and that Porsha alone is enough? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, Kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.